Bacchus jumps in. Kronos and Neith are both here. We're going to try to jump under the Bacchus belch, but we do not. We're going to silence everyone, get the pick onto the Kronos. Staying alive, very tanky. Even if we take damage, we know we're going to heal up. Neith goes down. She tries a backflip into the cripple field, and she's unable to. Bacchus is one shot. We have our dash in just a second. We're going to use our dash and slam him. We're able to get the pick. What a do, Scooby-Doo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Hades in Ranked Joust. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, this video is video 2 of 9 that I've pre-recorded because I am on vacation. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to mix it up with a little bit of Joust. So on the screen, we had the picks and the bans. We are going to be playing Hades, so let's go ahead and review Hades' kit. Let's start with Hades' passive. Hades' basic attack is going to apply a debuff called Blight. This debuff stays on the target and it can be refreshed. The duration is 8 seconds. If an enemy is affected by Blight, their magical or physical power is going to be reduced by 5%. Also, each of Hades' other abilities have an additional effect. Hades' one is Death from Below. It is a dash. Hades is going to go underground and appear, dealing damage. If the enemy is afflicted by Blight, they're going to be slowed. This ability applies Blight if you hit the enemy with it. The slow duration is going to be 2 seconds, and the slow increases in scale as you level up this ability. So at level 1 it is 20%, and at level 5 it is 40%. Hades' 2 is a Shroud of Darkness. Hades is going to silence all enemies in front of him. If they are blighted, they are going to become feared, which makes them walk towards Hades, and this ability applies Blight. The silence scales from 1 second to 2 seconds as you level it up from level 1 to level 5. Hades' 3 is Devour Souls. Hades is going to do a slam attack on the small circle around him. Blighted enemies are going to have a detonate effect on them because the Blight is going to detonate, and that's going to deal damage and heal you and your allies that are standing around the detonated targets. Enemy gods only take 50% of the damage from detonating blights. So at the beginning of the game we hit the speed camp, then we hit the blue camp, then we hit a wave, and now we're hitting the neutral camp. Unfortunately, the enemy Bacchus has left, but this is ranked, so the Kronos and Neith do have the option to pause and wait for the Bacchus to return. I think it might actually be a strategy though. Have the support leave early game, that way there's only 2 people getting farmed from the wave. This could actually cause Kronos and Neith to level up faster than us if we are not hitting camps. Let's go ahead and finish off Hades' last ability, Hades' ultimate. Hades' ultimate is his Pillar of Agony. Hades is going to stand in the circle, become CC immune, and make a giant circle around him, dealing damage every 0.5 seconds for 4 seconds, so a total of 8 times. If the enemy is blighted, their protections are reduced. Hades also gains protections and 10% damage mitigation for the duration. This ability is going to pull enemies closer to Hades. The debuff protection is going to scale from 10 protections to 30 protections. The protections are going to scale from 60 to 160 as you level up this ability. It lasts 4 seconds and deals damage. So we are a little weak right now. We can heal off the wave. Once there is a wave, damage is up, we're probably going to want to make a play for that. The damage buff comes up at 2 minutes into the game, so around a minute and 30 seconds you want to make sure that you have lane pressure and that you're going to have enough health and mana to get the red buff. Getting the red buff will allow our team to hit level 5 before the enemy team, and their Bacchus has returned. Yay! So with Hades and his basic attacks, you want to blight or hit basic attacks on as many enemy gods as possible. As soon as they are blighted, you are immediately at an advantage. If they're blighted, you can dash in on them and it's going to apply as slow. This one is going to apply blight onto the enemy, so then you can immediately use your 3. We're going to go ahead and hit the blue buff. We are completely out of mana, so we need the help from our team. In terms of the start, we are going with the tier 2 of Bancroft's Talon. And the reason we are not backing right now, even though we have enough money for it, is we don't want to miss this farm from this wave. Whenever you clear a wave, you can rotate, hit a camp, But if you back right after hitting that camp, you're going to miss some farm in the lane. So you want to hit lane, rotate to a camp, come back to lane, clear the wave, and then back. And that's the best way to reduce the amount of gold and XP that you're going to miss from the minions. So once we clear this wave, we're probably going to go ahead and back. So whenever we left, we got the tier 2 of Bancroft's Talon. It's going to give us a little bit of lifesteal and a little bit of power, and we are not getting a starter item. The reason we are not getting a starter item is because we want to get Bancroft's Talon online as soon as possible. Bancroft's Talon is going to give us 100 magical power, which is a lot of magical power for how early in the game it really is. It's going to give us 10 or 15% lifesteal, and it's going to give us 150 mana. Bancroft's Talon's passive, as we lose health, we're going to gain power and lifesteal. So this caps out whenever we only have 25% health left. Whenever we have 25% health left, we're going to gain an additional 100 power, and we're going to gain 20% lifesteal. So right now with Bancroft's Talon, we already have 100 magical power. If we get weak and we can get that to 200, no item that the enemy buys is going to be able to match our 200 magical power. Plus the Bancroft's Talon, whenever we use our 2 and use our 3 on the wave, we pretty much full heal. So we have a lot of lifesteal going for us, and they're going to have to deal with it. We're forcing them to build anti-heal, and if they don't, we are just going to have a field day with them. So we cleared the wave. We're going to go ahead and rotate to a camp. Damage is up, but we're going to rotate back to mid, so that way we can get the farm from this wave. Once we have it, we're probably going to rotate to red. So I don't know if they intentionally had Bacchus leave or not. We have our ultimate right here. Ares uses his ultimate. We know that Bacchus' jump is down, so we go ahead and ult him. Kronos uses his stun, but we're CC immune during our ultimate, so it does nothing but damage to us. Neith is in here. We eat the Neith ult, and we get ulted while we were in the tower, so we take a couple tower shots. While playing, I didn't think we were in the tower line, but upon reviewing the damage, we were definitely in the tower line. Unfortunate. We just kind of overstepped right there. If we were 5 feet backwards, we would have survived that. I also think that Neith was trying to target Ares and not me, and I just so happened to step in front of it. Neith is able to get the pick onto Cupid. So we are the only one left. We just came out of Fountain, so we're just going to hang out under tower. Not a whole lot we're going to be able to do. We're really just looking to clear the wave right here. We dodged the Neith ability, we get her with a silence, we hit her with our 3, 1 basic attack, and she would have been dead right there. We take some basics from Kronos, which actually does a lot more damage than I expected it to do. But it's fine, because we have Bancroft's Talon, and we're just going to heal up after this wave. So we can walk up to wave, use our 2, or we can just dash in, get a blight on all the minions from that. Kind of in a bad position, we're going to wiggle out. Luckily our team is marching in. Cupid uses his ultimate, that is a Kronos ultimate. We're going to try to stick to the Kronos. We use our Aegis. We're going to dash into the Kronos. He's blighted, so we're going to use our 2, which is going to make him face backwards to us. He uses his beads, we use our ultimate, Neith uses her beads. We're chasing the Neith. I think Cupid's got the pick. Unfortunately he does not. Ares is able to get the pick onto 1. We're pushing up. We might be able to dash onto this Neith. Getting Adventurous, she's too far back, so we're just going to pull back into the jungle. Took 2 shots, was only expecting to take 1, so we are going to back right here. We are going to upgrade our tier 2 boots to the lifesteal boots. The lifesteal boots are going to give us a little bit more power than the cooldown boots, and the lifesteal boots are just going to make us all that more annoying because of our lifesteal. After going into the lifesteal boots, we're going to be going into Typhon's Fang. Typhon's Fang recently received a nerf. Typhon's Fang is going to give us 70 magical power. It's going to give us 200 mana. It's going to give us 15% lifesteal, which I think was reduced to 12%. And it's also going to give us 10% magical penetration. Healing from lifesteal is increased by 30%, and the magical power from lifesteal is increased by twice the amount. So whatever your lifesteal amount is, double that, and you're going to be gaining that much power. So we are gaining 15% from Bancroft's Talon. I believe it is 8% from the boots. So that puts us at 23%. Typhoon's is going to give us another 15, so that puts us at 33. Double that, we're at 66. That is an additional 66 power we can gain. We're able to get a pick right there. But that is before the additional lifesteal from Bancroft's Talon. We're able to get a little bit of poke onto the Neath right there. We do have our ultimate, so we're waiting for a Bacchus dash or a Neath jump. Once one of their escapes are out, we know that they can't get out of our ultimate. We're going to use our 2. That is one of their... Nope, they both didn't have beads. We ulted a little bit early, but we're able to get the pick onto the Neath right there. Right now, we are going to just focus on the wave. We have our blue buff up. We also have the neutral camp up. We might even push right here. So this is not the most effective XP thing to be doing. If we wanted to snowball really hard in this Joust game, we probably could by hitting all the camps. That is a Kronos ultimate. We have our team tanking. We're going to try to avoid the Bacchus stun. We're able to successfully duke it. We're going to use our 3. We probably should have used our 2 before our 3. We used the silence. That's going to get the Kronos to face us. We're going to start falling back because we're kind of weak and their Neath has appeared. Bacchus jumps in. Kronos and Neath are both here. We're going to try to jump under the Bacchus belch, but we do not. We're going to silence everyone, get the pick onto the Kronos. Staying alive, very tanky. Even if we take damage, we know we're going to heal up. Neath goes down. She tries a backflip into the cripple field, and she's unable to. Bacchus is one shot. We have our dash in just a second. We're going to use our dash and slam him. We're able to get the pick. So that was a very nice cleanup by us in this team fight. We have a pretty penny in the pocket, so we're probably going to want to back and buy that Typhon's Fang. So their blue is up. We're going to go ahead and take this. They're all down, so there's no way they can really contest it. We're rotating out with Cupid. We're going to go ahead and hit these neutral camps in the middle. Set up a ward. We're thinking about doing bull, but the Kronos is nearby. We're actually going to avoid the middle camps. Never mind, we're going right for them. Red buff is up with Kronos right there. I don't think it's really worth going for the bull Demon King. And that is because Kronos could just steal it. Red's up, so we're going to go ahead and get that. Taking a look at our team composition, Hades' ultimate requires the enemy to burn beads, Ares' ultimate requires the enemy to burn beads, and Cupid's ultimate requires the enemy to burn beads. So between our 3 ultimates, we actually have a pretty good team draft. We should be able to get picks onto the enemy. Kronos has his ultimate, which will get him out of stuff, but that's just his one ability. Bacchus can't really get out of it. Maybe there's a frame of CC immunity on Bacchus ultimate, and Neath can't get out of it at all unless she has beads. So as long as we're using our ults, we should have the CC effects from the ultimates, and the CC effect from our ultimates are pretty nasty. We're going to go ahead and get some damage onto this Neath. She backflips. Bacchus gets a good stun. We're going to go ahead and clean up the minion wave. We have a lot of gold. We definitely should back right here. Getting an item and a tier 2 item online would be much better than a single wave of minions. We're able to get the pick onto the Bacchus. Taking a little bit of damage. We're running low on mana. Each time we pick up one of those Cupid hearts or chemical beakers, we are giving Cupid some mana, so we do want to try to pick those up whenever we can. We picked up the Typhon's Fang, and then we're going to be building into Warlock Staff. Warlock Staff, upon completion, is going to give us 85 magical power. It's going to give us 150 health, 200 mana, and 10% magical penetration. Whenever it is fully stacked, it is going to give us 145 magical power, 225 health, and then the 200 mana and 10% magical penetration stay the same. Between the Warlock Staff and Typhon's Fang, we should have 20% magical penetration, while also remaining pretty tanky and sustainable because of the lifesteal. Boots on this build I think are optional. If you wanted to go cooldown boots, you're still going to be able to heal enough without the healing boots. It's completely up to you. Ares misses his chain. If he would have hit the chain, the Neath would have been crippled. We saw that Neath used her dash, so we're going to go ahead and leap in after her, use our ultimate. Bacchus is hanging out. Kronos is the best target for us to go for right now. Ares uses his ultimate, that gets Kronos to use his ultimate. Bacchus is here, he gets crippled by the Cupid ultimate. Cupid gets the pick. We're going to dive onto this Kronos. It's a 3v1. We're tanking a little bit. That should allow Cupid and Ares to get in there. We're able to get out pretty safely. We're going back in. Hit him with the 2, hit him with the 3, and we're able to get the pick. We should be able to get this Phoenix pretty easily. We're going to go ahead and fall back, strip the jungle. So I'm going to go along the damage route. Their speed's up, so we're going to go ahead and steal this. Not interested in picking it up. We're going to hit the Harpies. I always want to say Harpies because I usually play Conquest. We're going to hit the jungle camp. It's going to give us a little bit of XP, and then we're going to make our way to the red buff. We do have enough money to start stacking, or to finish Warlock Staff and to start stacking. We're going to check the enemy blue. It is here. Kronos is here as well. We get stunned. We probably could have dodged that with our 1. We're just going to fall back. We have a lot of money. We need to buy and start backing. Hitting every camp along the way. We got our Warlock Staff online. And I feel like this is a good base for Joust builds with Hades. We have the lifesteal, and that is going to allow us to get to late game. A lot of characters and a lot of people don't really know how to deal with Hades and Hades' kit. So just building lifesteal and diving, regenning off the wave is a really good way to gain some gold and XP in the early game to help make your way to the mid game. After completing Warlock Staff, we're going to want to go into some hybrid items. The Void Stone is a good one. The Celestial Night Helm is a good one. Kind of depending on the matchup. They have 2 magical characters, so we would probably go with the Void Shield. Neith uses her backflip. We're going to use our 2. The Bacchus ultimate causes us to tremble just a little bit, and we miss our 3. We get our dash onto the Neith. We get her with a basic attack. Cupid's able to get the pick onto the Bacchus, and I think we're going to be able to close it out right here. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps the videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, please check out the channel and subscribe for more content. I hope you guys enjoyed the mix-up with a little bit of Joust. It is day 2 of 9 of the pre-recorded videos. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.